What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I get asked this question at least 100 times a week. Chase, what are you using to find your news runners? What is your trading strategy? What is your trading setup look like during the day? What kind of methods do you use and so forth? So today I will cover 5 different trading resources you can use to, one, not only gain knowledge, but to better your trading career, but also to get in early. So as we go through it, you'll understand, what they do for large caps, small caps, OTC, and so forth. So let's check them out. So let's get into it. So first thing I do in the morning when I'm getting ready to trade is, let's say 6:45 a.m., 6:50 Eastern time, come downstairs, pop on the coffee, pull up the computer, and I go to Bazinga Pre-Market. So this is not Bazinga Pro, it's not a paid service. You can literally go to Google search and type in Bazinga Pre-Market Movers, and then you'll have the gainers for that morning. So I like it between 7 and 7:30 a.m. to see what is setting up and to see what is getting volume. So you'll basically look at what their average volume is if you look on the ticker search, and then see did they have news and so forth. So one I'm going to put in today is AVDL. So I'll put up here on the screen. So I grabbed this at 7:32 a.m. And they actually had a price tag upgrade. So usually upgrades on low floaters work out really well. They tend, especially if they're beaten down, as you can see, this was scaling 354, got crushed. So I knew that the risk was minimal. So when I grabbed, here around, let's say 7:30, or either way, I grabbed it at, buck 23, buck 22, something like that. And then, it just started cruising. I mean, it just started getting slapped out of the gate. And as you can see, when you use Bazinga Pre-Market, it'll show you down here, oh, they had an analyst price upgrade, they had this, but you see all these analyst ratings and they're good. So I'm like, man, this thing might go. So, when we grabbed here, $20s, it just completely started ripping, it shredded all the way up. Now, unfortunately, I sold my first lot. It was about 153, took 30-cent gain, and I kept some up and through here till 150. So it was a 50-cent move. So at that point, I'm done for the day. I don't even need to watch it anymore. I don't need to trade anymore. I set limits and I made my limit, so kind of go on. But this thing just kept going and going and going. So when you look at the pre-market movers, you want to come through, look at the volume, put at least 3 or 4 on your watch, plus any sort of news they may have. So you've got to go through and click them and find out. So that's my first thing I do in the morning. I love Bazinga Pre-Market. I'm not affiliated with them, but it's just one thing I use as my pre-market mover. Now also there's scans. So I know a lot of people that use scans. I do not use it, but from what I hear, it's awesome. It is, quite pricey, on the monthly fees, so you can get up to 150, but if you want to add OTC, it's an additional 15. And this thing just hits news events live as they come immediately. But Scans has a really cool tool where you can set up volume scanners itself. So whether you're using OTC, you're using small caps, large caps, any type of unusual volume, you can kind of track to look for a trade. And like I said, 1 or 2 trades a day, in and out, done. So the third resource I will use today is Discord. Tons of people use Discords, and it is always tough finding the right one. So you might have to join 5 to 10 of them before you really find one where you fit in. One that might have alerts set. Some are paid, some are not. So you can always start off with a free one, see if you like the people in there, what kind of trades are they doing, and so forth. But I love Discords, especially for OTC. And also education. So there's a lot of Discords as well that will teach you how to do options, that will teach you how to day trade more or less. So Discord is a great tool. Definitely jump into a Discord. Just keep an eye on it, watch, see how they interact with each other. And then the next one, as far as Telegram, so I use this for OTC and I love it. So I'm going to pull it up here. So this is All Seeing Eye, and they have a bot service. So as you can see here, if you go to click send message, so this will pop up news events it'll pop up, share structure changes, it'll pop up pink limited. I mean, anything that you want, it'll just pop up immediately. But what's cool is I'll post it up here, is they're actually working on a beta now that's going to show, if the ticker's oversold, and so forth, RSI, and I mean, that's pretty neat. So, I think this is for like 25, 30 bucks a month. But, I'll put some coupon codes in the actual comments if you guys want to join it. So I think it's like $5 for the first month. So if you trade OTC, you want to get in before everybody else, this is a great tool. Any of this that just pops up immediately and you're like, oh, look, they had filings. Oh, they had this. Oh, this company just had news. So, you'll see it before everybody else does, before it gets published and posted. And the fifth thing is, go to your Twitter search and just go through and search everything. Search all the companies that, might have news, especially for OTC markets. Once you hammer out all those OTC companies and you have them on alerts, you're going to get the news first. Or if you're doing a swing play, you're going to see when that news is coming. So a company might say, hey, we're going to have a PR next week. And you're like, oh, great, nobody said anything about it. Let me start scaling in, something to look at. And same thing, you can always test it out and just, start writing it down on a piece of paper. Say, okay, they tweeted this. This is their news. See how much it moved. See how much it didn't. Is the stock oversold? Is it really high? So those are all things to look at. But, just kind of going through my day. Bazinga, especially in the pre-market, anytime between 7 a.m., 9 a.m. is what I really like to use. Look for volume, look for news runners. Then you go to scans. Scans is awesome. If you can afford this, that's something you want to look into. That's great. If you get the whole package, I mean, you get news any time of day, whenever, doesn't matter. Hit it, ride the run, get out, whatever you want to do. Discord, all about the community. So, if you're an individual trader, it's good to bounce ideas off of others and really create that community aspect. That's how you'll learn, you'll learn as you go and so forth. Then Telegram, I really like the bot, as far as this, you could always check on their Telegram, but it's neat. It's just anytime news hits, you can kind of go through and see anything that happened throughout the day, look through filings and so forth. So those are the 5 tools that I use. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, like the video, if you have any questions and so forth, but I'll check you guys next time.